Recording. It is 6 p.m. and I'm calling this meeting to order on Thursday. The Francis City Planning Commission on Thursday, February 15th, 2024. And your few public situations here today, just not much going on. We'll start out with public comment. Any public comment? You want to put us in our place or nothing?
No.
Talk
to me about my bachelor's degree.
I will close the public
Maybe
comment.
after the meeting, I want to do a public comment.
Okay, then we will go directly to, the first will be Crittenden zoning map amendment.
All right, so, yeah, this is, the two items on the agenda tonight are pretty related, as you probably looked, if you looked at the staff reports, you saw that. So, this first one has to do with the zone change. So the applicant, Wyatt Crittenden, is requesting to amend a portion of the zoning map on parcel NCRIT AAN from Ag1 to RH. I'm going to switch over to the map that I have here. This is the location of the parcel. It's on the, let's see, southwest corner of SR 35 and Willow Way. But it's more down here. The whole parcel is encompassed in that red box, plus a few extras. But the development that we're talking about is down here, the subdivision. But the zone change will affect the entire parcel, so that's why it's all in red. Okay, so they're requesting that the residential half and Ag1 boundary be moved back an additional 90 feet from Willow Way. So right now, it's 330 feet from the center of the right-of-way, or 300 feet from the property line. And the way they're subdividing, they would like to have that go back to 390 feet. The reason for this request is to allow the property to be subdivided into larger lots in the residential half zone. And I'll show you what that subdivision will look like either way. The zone amendment does not change the number of lots proposed in the subdivision, but it does change the size of these lots. So if the amendment is not approved, lots 1, 2, and 3 will be smaller, and lot 4 will be larger. So let's look at those illustrations that they provided. So here is, they have to follow our current zoning. This is what the subdivision will look like. Lots 1, 2, and 3 are a little tighter, smaller. And then lot 4 is bigger. If they get the zoning they're requesting, then lots 1, 2, and 3 will be a little bit larger. Lot 4 will be smaller. It helps them to just kind of even out the lots a little bit, the configuration they want, but it doesn't change the number of lots. So looking at the zoning map, here is the current zoning map for this parcel. And this is what they're proposing. You can see that additional area in yellow is the residential half zone. So it's moving that line for the residential half zone back 90 feet. As you remember, we did look at the concept plan for the subdivision. That's when we recommended that if they wanted to do the configuration that they're proposing, that they need to do a zone change. They have submitted a concurrent preliminary plan for the subdivision to go along with the zone amendment. So, looking at the general plan, which, by the way, just got approved by the city council last week. So now the one that we worked on last year is official for the next 5 years. So, looking at the general plan, which is what we do when we're looking at a zone change. Take into consideration some of the principles from that plan. So in the land use vision, it said that Francis will be a rural and family-friendly community. Preservation of our agricultural heritage, dark skies, scenic views, and open spaces are our priority. Growth will be sustainable, well-planned, and consistent with the zoning map and general plan. Land use policy 1C, support continuation of agricultural land uses in Francis. And land use policy 2B, guide land use and growth decisions through application of the general plan, zoning map, and the future land use map. I did show the future land use map for this parcel. We are planning to update this map in the next year or two. But the current future land use map shows that the entire parcel in the future is planned to be zoned residential half. So this is in line with what we envision in the future. So my recommendation is to use the general plan for guidance and discuss the benefits and drawbacks of the requested zoning map amendment. This is a legislative item, so it is up to the discretion of the Planning Commission and the City Council. If you feel like the benefits of the amendment outweigh the drawbacks, you can forward this to the City Council with a positive recommendation. If additional information is required to make a recommendation, you can table this item. And if the drawbacks of the amendment outweigh the benefits, we can forward this item to the City Council with a negative recommendation. This is a public hearing, so just keep that in mind, but that's it for what I have.
Okay. I should go pretty quick. Do you
I think
feel,
it's fun.
do you feel the need to stand up?
Yeah, as the applicant, you're welcome to stand
You're
up and
welcome
talk
to.
about
I
this.
think she
and add
covered
input.
everything, you know.
Okay.
It's just, even though that I'm making them lots a little bigger, the bottom lot, it still meets the acre requirement.
Yeah, it still needs
It's not going away from that, so.
Okay.
How old are your grandkids?
Well, it's actually it's my dad's grandkids, so it's my kids. My boy, my oldest is 23, and my nephew's 23, so they're. And then
Old enough.
And then the next two, well, my daughter and my other nephew are going to be 21. And then you guys probably remember now when the town council has, and that would include his two others that are younger. So.
Cool. I don't see I don't have anything to discuss for.
I motion to forward to the city council with a positive recommendation as written.
I second.
You vote?
I vote yes.
Aye.
Aye, unanimous. Next.
Okay, so the next one is the subdivision that goes along with the zoning amendment. So, we already went over the location, so I'm not gonna do that again. And the parcel size is 17.6 acres. It's zoned RH and Ag1, and we're working on the zone change, as you're aware, very aware. So we did approve a concept plan for the subdivision back in September. And so they are at the point where they can move forward and do the preliminary plan. So that's what we're looking at tonight, is the preliminary plan. And we probably will see this again soon as the final. So I looked at their preliminary plan, taking into consideration our codes, and I gave them some comments and revisions. They've incorporated all of that in here. The county also gave them some, and they've incorporated that. So they've included things like the 60-foot right-of-way here, which is, they're going to call Ruthie's Way. That meets our city standards. The Hammerhead turnaround right here at the end of this road is fine because it's a temporary road. At some point in the future, this will probably go through and be extended. But for now, it's a temporary dead end, so that's fine to have a temporary turnaround there with the Hammerhead. There are a couple of existing irrigation ditches that are noted on the plat, and those are both given a 10-foot easement, which is what we like to see, so that looks good. The lot sizes, public utility easements, everything that we check at this stage is looking like it's in compliance with our codes. So they've also included all of our standard city plat notes. Everything looks like it's just the way we want to see it at this stage of the preliminary plat. So, my recommendation is if you have any questions or concerns, you can resolve those with the applicant. And since you are forwarding the zone amendment to the city council with a positive recommendation, my recommendation is that you also forward this item to the city council with a positive recommendation. And we already went through the public hearing, or for the last item, this one is also a public hearing. Scott, I believe, has a staff report, but that is it for me.
So as part of preliminary, they just submit the layout of the plans. They will need to submit the construction drawings for final approval. I guess one question I've got, it says private right of way on here. Are you planning on it being private, or do you want it to be?
I had no idea. I thought we were just making me pay, but. Yeah.
Well, whether it's public or private, if it's a private road, you have to build it to city standards anyway. The difference is, if it's private, you maintain it, you plow it.
Yeah.
You do have to plow it until it's 50% built out, as part of, that's how we do subdivisions. But as far as maintenance and stuff like that,
Like I've just been trying to go off your recommendation, so I have no idea what.
so I guess the question, do you want it to be private or do you want it to be public?
What's the pros and cons, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Well, in the future, if it ever has to be repaid and stuff like that, if it's private, that's the responsibility of the owner. But if it's ever continued in the future, then
Well, and then.
it would have to become public then.
Yeah.
But that's, we've done that before in the past, where we've had the private road, and then in the future, it's become a public road. And that's why we built it to city standards at first, so that you know it's a good road.
So, yeah, I mean, if you don't want to have to worry about maintenance costs, you can
Yeah,
request
sure.
it just be a public road.
Public road, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so we'll change that, but, other than that, they're just gonna submit the construction drawings. When we did the water line along there, we stuck the water across the road, so if they don't build it, before we pave the road next spring, they don't have to cut the road or anything. Gas is across, gas got sleeves for it and everything, so, when that road gets paved, it's not gonna have to be cut into soon to make connections.
Okay. Okay, any questions?
Do we need to open it officially for public comment?
Yeah, just to make it
You
official.
have to stand up quiet. It is officially open and then officially closed. Any questions?
No, I don't have any questions.
I have a few, as usual. There's an inset here with setback detail. 10 feet, 5 feet, what is that?
So, I put the wrong map in, guys. How did that happen? Oh, I thought I updated it. I'm
So
sorry.
we need to change that.
So it has been updated. The copy that I have, that was one of the main changes that they did, was they updated it to 30 feet front, 10 foot side, 12 foot rear. I have a copy of it here that I'll pass to you. Of the most updated one, I'm really sorry. I thought that's what I put in Dropbox, so I apologize. Yeah, when I updated this the other day, I thought I got that new one in there, but sorry about that.
So it's 25 rear,
Yeah.
12 side, and then 30 front.
Yeah,
So bringing up another question that's not related to this at all. We just did the conservation setbacks and changed those for Ivory Homes. Why don't we do these the same so they're all consistent?
well, these lots are minimum half acre. And so on a larger lot, we have more room for the structure. And so all through Wild Willow, all of our residential have, which is predominantly the major type of zoning in the city.
Yeah.
And Ag 1, they all have the larger setbacks because they're larger lots. So the reason in the conservation subdivision and the cottage subdivision and now the multifamily subdivision for having smaller setbacks is because those are smaller lots. So the setbacks are set to match the lot size.
Okay. Okay, so that's fixed.
Did you want to look at this, Justin?
I'm good, I believe you.
Sorry, sorry guys.
It's all good.
It's just been a crazy week with the computer.
Okay, sidewalks, will there be sidewalks on your public road?
Yeah, we discussed that in the meeting in September, yes.
Okay,
There'll be a
great.
walking path on one side.
And then just for my curiosity, it says adequate water shares. How many water shares are required for 7 lots or?
They're required to turn in, 0.45 acre feet for the indoor use and 3 acre feet per, acre for the outdoor water use. And so they just gotta turn in enough shares, and with the state that the irrigation company's in right now, we don't know exactly how many shares they gotta turn in. So that's
Okay.
what I put in, so when they do it, we'll figure out.
And where is this water from?
It's Washington and South Counties.
Washington? My other question is more toward Scott's area. It says, planning commission needs to recommend road cross-section.
That's what we,
That's what you discussed
That's what we
on
discussed right there.
on how it's, okay, the process. Cool. Setbacks. There are no trails running through the property? No access to,
That's what he just said, he's gonna do the walking path on one side, so that if it's extended, the walking path will match.
the sidewalk?
It's the same thing as hard, as what I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's sidewalk, trail, it's the 6-foot trail you require on the side of the road.
Okay.
You guys, you have different standards, if you want to tribute on the sidewalk, you could recommend that too, but I wouldn't recommend that, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, please don't. Them kids are walking out as it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Once again, super long discussion. Any other questions, thoughts? No? Motion?
I motion to vote for it, for the change to go through to the city council.
I second.
Aye.
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 Unanimous, once again.
Done and done.
Okay,
That was quick.
doesn't get any quicker.
Any questions for us? The rest of it's boring.
No, yeah, I'll get out of here if that's all you need from me.
Yeah,
I mean, you're welcome to stay. I don't want to.
it's not much left. So,
Sorry to make you come out.
That's what we're here for. Thank you.
Okay.
That's great.
Thanks, you.
Congratulations on that.
Council in March. So, second Thursday in March, same time, city council.
I'll be in touch.
Sounds good.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yep, see ya. Okay, moving forward once again to the approval of the minutes.
I have read the minutes prior to arrival and find them to be an accurate reflection of my memory.
Did you say accurate? I agree.
So I motion that we approve the minutes as written.
I second.
You vote aye.
Aye.
Aye. Great,
Planner?
I don't really have much for you, so
there's nothing going on.
if we don't have anything coming in the next couple days or week, we probably won't have a meeting next month. So I'll keep you updated, but at this point, it's looking like there's really nothing for us to discuss. We will have some major code text amendments coming through, but that's not quite ready yet, so. it will
What are
be
those regarding?
The main reason for doing that is because of the legislative changes to how we handle the subdivision process. So the state legislature is requiring that we change our entire process for subdivisions. So right now, we have this concept plan, and then we have the preliminary plan, which you saw tonight, and then we'll do a final plan. That's our current process. In the future, the concept plan will be optional. The preliminary plan will probably be just before the planning commission without a public hearing. And then the final plat has to be just it's more of an engineering review, staff review, so Scott will be the one in charge of that. That doesn't go to city council at all. They're not allowed
And
to.
there are no
see it.
public hearings?
No.
On any of them? Preliminary or final?
No public hearings.
Wow.
So like this subdivision tonight, the only thing you hear is the zone change.
Yeah.
That is.
Right, we still
Subdivision-
hear the zone change.
Unless the
public hearing.
subdivision, if it meets code, doesn't need any changes.
Mhm.
The state legislature saying it doesn't need to go through the planning commission and city council, it meets code, there's nothing, if it meets code, you really can't deny it because it meets code, so.
So we're getting legislated out of a job?
There'll be plenty for you to do, don't worry. But the part of your job that's like a final plat review or having a public hearing for something that's already like written out in code, what the requirements are, that will go away.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Anyway, so for my update, a couple of you were at the last meeting with the city council. Just as a quick update, more for Justin than anyone. They did approve the changes to the residential multifamily zone, including those setbacks. So there'll be 20 and then 20 front, 20 rear, and 10 on the sides, moving forward. Back in like November, we talked about the moderate income housing being required to be like 20% of the townhomes in a conservation subdivision. Council has decided to revisit that item. So the mayor is deciding how he wants to proceed with that and when. I will let you know. Likely we'll have a work session with the city council. So I'll let you know and keep you updated for when that is potentially scheduled. Trying to think what else was on the agenda that night. There were the plat amendments that we talked about. Those were approved as well. I think those were the major items. So, anyway, does anyone have questions for me?
No, one more for Scott.
On the city building.
Oh, yeah, thank you, Antini, that's a good point. So, one of the items on the city council agenda was to pick a contractor for the new building. Scott, you want to give the details on that?
The Friends of City building.
The new
So-
city hall.
We had 4 bidders. The first bidder, we determined his bid was not complete, so we went to the second bidder, which was Webster Construction. And so they are the contractor that's going to be building the building. And they said it's going to take 42 weeks, I think.
Starting when?
Starting as soon as we get it'll probably be the 1st of March is when the clock starts ticking.
Wow,
Hopefully we get the paperwork in and submitted and stuff.
great.
I don't know how quick things will happen, because, the main thing is just getting stuff ordered and, but they might, they'll come tear up the place before then, or they're ready to get going, but.
Was there any more discussion on moving that building to be a concession for the rodeo?
No, we didn't talk about that at all, so. I think it's just, main thing is just get this building built and then decide what to do with that afterwards.
So then just move it and go from there?
Yeah.
They're not just gonna bulldoze it?
Nope, we don't have any plans right now, so.
My only question, again, to you is, the well. What's going on with?
We're finalizing that, just finalizing stuff with Rocky Mountain Power and getting some good going. so it'll be ready this spring, so.
Spring,
Wow.
May.
Probably closer to June, when things get ready, so.
So the Rocky Mountain Power's gonna, when will they put power in, any idea? 'Cause didn't that stop because of,
That's what we're working through right now, is which direction we're gonna go, because we've gotta take the three-phase power from either, by Giants Lane or from down by the existing one, right around the bend.
yeah,
So that's what we're working through right now.
cool. The tank's all done?
Was that, thing's done? Gotta do some final cleanup on that,
Cool. So I can water it 7 days a week, all day long?
no. We still have water restrictions, you still have the same.
No, that's straight.
You still have the same water restrictions we had last year, that's, stays in place.
No, I only use a lot of water when my pipes leak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Motion to hightail it out of here?
I second.
No, I can't motion.
Oh, motion to adjourn?
I second.
Aye.
That's the shortest meeting in the
Ever.
history of the
I
planning.
know.
It's a record.
Got a babysitter for that?